back to another amazing, hot, spicy, therapy-infused episode of the Literal Podcast, your amazing podcast where we don't just sip tea, but we spill the tea, we analyze it, and we even baptize it with the Holy Ghost. I'm your amazing host, Oge Chinze, aka The Phenomenal Oge, and today we're going to be diving into a very important and sweet topic. This topic affects so many adults today and even so many kids. It's one topic that a lot of us fail to talk about. It's a topic that cannot be overemphasized. This topic affects so many people and it cuts across so many age groups, even from teenagers to adults, whatever category you can think about. So many of us are affected by this childhood trauma, and which has now bettered what we call mommy issues and daddy issues. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about mommy issues and daddy issues. You get me? Let's get right into the video. So if this is your first time here, you're very much welcome. I love you so much. Thank you for dropping by, and make sure at this point, before you even get into this sweet gist with us, make sure you hit your subscribe button so you become one of the tribe, and then turn on your notification button as well so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And don't forget to like this video. Have you liked this video? If you haven't, please do the needful. It's free of charge. You don't collect money to like, to share, to comment, and to subscribe. So please do the needful. Thank you, my love. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, my real MVPs, you guys know now, you guys have my heart 100%. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being a returning subscriber. Thank you for always watching my videos. God bless you abundantly, and I love you so much. Don't worry, I'll go buy Benz for all of you. You guys don't worry. By the time we get big here, we're gonna buy Benz for all our subscribers. By the grace of God. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You guys know that you have my heart. Don't forget to like this particular video. Don't forget to drop your comment, because it's very important. When you like and you comment, the YouTube algorithm will recommend it to other people so that they will also watch this video. So please, please, and please don't forget to like this video, drop your comments, because this topic concerns all of us. And also make sure you share to all your friends, your family, your loved ones, even your enemies. Exactly. Share it to that your crush that have commitment issues. Share it to that your ex that not do well. Share it to that person that you're in a relationship with that you don't understand why they're doing wrong. Exactly. All those people, please share it with them, with your husband, with your wife, for the married peeps around us. Please share and share and share, and continue to share it on your social media handles. Make sure you repost this video. I beg, it's very important. Let's make this video go viral, because it affects each and every one of us, knowingly or unknowingly. So let's get right into it. So now today I'm talking about this emotional baggage that so many of us are carrying all around. It's very deep. So many of us are carrying around this emotional baggage without even knowing that we are carrying it around. And this is the baggage of having mommy issues or having daddy issues. I'm very sure at some point in time or the other, you've heard this. Somebody say, oh, this person has mommy issues, this person has daddy issues. But you might not even know. Some people be like, what is even this mommy issues and daddy issues? Don't worry. Just chill. Like this. Exactly. Just take your drink, take your favorite snack, whatever it is that you want, just take it and sit down, because we're about to dissect the hell out of this topic. I'm going to be breaking this topic down into a series. So we're going to have the first part of it today, which is understanding what exactly daddy and mommy issues mean. And then next week, we're going to be dropping another part of the video. And the next week after that, we're going to drop the concluding part of the video. So sit tight with us. Don't be too much in a hurry. We don't want the video to be too long. So we're going to be breaking it down. So you get me? So keep up with us. So what exactly are mommy and daddy issues? Let's explain it. So let's get something straight first. This is a disclaimer. The fact that you're having issues with your parents doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you're a bad child. Neither does it mean you are ungrateful or you're just a terrible human being. No. The fact that you've had issues with your parents in the past, or you're currently having issues with your parents, depending on whichever one is your case, doesn't make you a bad person. No. A lot of us have one reservation or the other with our parents, or about our parents' style of parenting, or how we were brought up. But our parents, many of us didn't know any better. They didn't know how else to go about the parenting thing, and so many of them made mistakes, not intentional mistakes, so please, we need to give them grace. Many of them made these mistakes from even a place of dysfunction. So many of them grew up in dysfunctional homes as well. So many of them didn't even know that this emotional baggage was passed on to them. Like they inherited it, like unpaid NEPA bill in Nigeria. The way people inherit NEPA bill that the previous tenant did not pay in Nigeria. Exactly. If you're a Nigerian, you understand this thing that I'm talking about. Exactly. So that is how many of us unknowingly inherited this emotional baggage from our parents, and our own parents inherited it from their own parents, and the cycle is just endless and continuous. But don't worry, I want you to decide in your heart today that you see this emotional baggage, it ends with me and it doesn't continue in my lineage. Say amen, somebody. Amen. Exactly. So now, what exactly is this mommy and daddy issues of a thing? Sometimes this mommy and daddy issues thing is about emotional wounds. That's basically what we call it. They are emotional wounds, be it coming from having an absentee father, not just absent physically but absent emotionally. Some of us had parents who were physically present but they were absent emotionally, so that's we had that emotional void from our parents. Our relationship with our parents was more of like master and subordinate kind of relationship. Many of us feared our parents more than we loved them. So we did not receive that. Many of us did not receive that, father to child, mother to child, emotional, soft love. Many of us grew up with tough love. I still rhymes, butter rhyme. So many of us didn't grow up with soft love, but we grew up with tough love. But did that end up still shaping us to be the people we are today? Yes, it did. Many of us still turned out right. Some of us turned out an emotional wreck. Some of us didn't. Some of us, with the help of God, found a way to weather the storm and become better people and better adults today. But not everybody has that same, not everybody has that same grace or has that same opportunity, or not everybody had the chance to do that with themselves. Not everybody even understood that, oh, this thing is a problem. Not everybody understood that, oh, I have this dysfunction. Some people have mommy issues, some people have daddy issues with, and they don't even know that they have it too. That's the funniest part. But by the time we get into this video and as we're breaking these things down, begin to sit down and think about yourself. That do I have some of these traits that actually portray this mommy issues and daddy issues thing? And if your answer is yes, I would like to implore you to seek help today. It's okay to seek therapy if you need therapy. You can even do self-therapy. You can work on yourself by yourself. You can read books. You can do your research. If you can pay for an actual therapist, that's perfect. That's fine. But whatever it is that makes you a better person, so that you do not repeat the same pattern that you inherited, like NEPA bill. You understand? Thank you very much. So I'll give you some quick examples of what daddy issues and mommy issues look like. So for daddy issues, just in case I'm looking down, because I've got some points jotted down, so no biggie. So for daddy issues, sometimes daddy issues looks like chasing emotionally available people because your dad wasn't present. So many people today, especially ladies, a lot of ladies have daddy issues. Men, don't get me wrong, men too have daddy issues, but I'll give an example of the way it comes up or shows itself up in women. So some ladies, they end up dating men who are emotionally unavailable because that's what they are used to. That's the dysfunction that they're used to. They were used to the fact that their dad wasn't emotionally available for them. So unintentionally, they end up following men or being attracted to men who are emotionally unavailable. Sometimes you hear some ladies are so funny that if they see somebody who is emotionally present, somebody who is, very caring, somebody who loves them, they'll be like, why is this one behaving like this? Why is this one all over me? Because they don't understand what soft love means. It doesn't make sense to them. And you cannot blame them. It's not like they're not crazy. They're just broken people. They're just dysfunctional people, and they don't even know it, that they are this kind of people, because they grew up saying that, so that has become the norm for them. That is what they are used to. But sometimes you need to sit down and ask yourself, is your normal really normal? Because the fact that something is normal to you doesn't mean it is normal genuinely. It's like really ideally normal in an ideal situation. So sometimes you need to sit down and ask yourself, is your normal really normal? So now another example of, another way that daddy issues shows up itself is you might be becoming, hyper independent because your dad only showed love when you achieved something. This one affected so many of us, especially African kids. Many of us, or let me not say many of us, let me just use so many African kids. Many African children grew up in a home where, they had to do well, they had to excel in order to seek validation from their parents. So their zeal to excel didn't come from a place of, I want to be successful, I want to be this, I want to be great, I want to be all that. It wasn't just about them. It was more about, I need to do well so that my father can tell me well done. I need to do well so that my father can love me. I need to excel so that my father will not beat me. I need to excel so that my father will not insult me, or so that at least my father can be able to be proud of me or boast of me as, that's my daughter, that's my son, kind of thing. So many people grow up in that dysfunction. So they feel the need to be hyper independent. They feel the need to, do a lot. They feel the need to have to be up and doing. They feel the need to have to succeed at every single thing they do. And they're so scared of failing because they know that if for any reason they fail, their parents don't take it lightly. So things like that, you will not know that thing becomes a syndrome. Sometimes you just be wondering why, you just say, no, I just don't like failure, or I just don't like to fail, I just don't like mediocrity. We understand nobody likes mediocrity, nobody likes to fail. But some people are obsessed with succeeding. They are obsessed with the fact that they must not fail at anything that they do, simply because they feel like they need to excel at everything to seek validation from their family, their loved ones, their friends, people around them. But it's more from a place of, if I don't do well, if I'm not excelling, my parents wouldn't love me, my parents wouldn't be happy with me, they would not be proud of me. So that's a dysfunction. So I'll give you some examples of how mommy issues shows up in some people. So for mommy issues, that one is deep too. Some people have this deep guilt within them when they are resting because their mom made rest look like weakness. So sometimes it could be that you over apologize for everything, even when you're not the problem. You keep apologizing and over apologizing everything. I'm so sorry for this, I'm so sorry for that. Some people can even apologize that they were even born. It's that bad. And it's a common thing with Africans, because in the Western world they have these things, yes, but some of them, their own style of upbringing is a bit different. You understand? So in Africa, we come from a discipline point of view. I get it, discipline is important, is good, is great. But when it's done out of proportion, or when it's done without giving the child an explanation or reasons why this was done to them and making them feel loved afterwards, that's where the dysfunction comes from. So they said you should beat a child with the right hand and call them back and give them a hug with the left hand, something like that. I'm just paraphrasing now. So if you don't do that, that child will see it as, my parents hate me, they just hit me, they just say bad words to me, they just insult me, they don't love me. I'm sure a lot of us have felt like that at some point in time while we were growing up. I'm sure if you bring out like 100 Africans now, probably 90 to 95 of them will say, at some point in time in their growing up, they felt like their parents didn't love them. Because the only kind of love they got to see most of the time was tough love and not the soft love. So that brings some kind of dysfunction. Some people don't know how to rest simply because, especially ladies, some ladies don't know how to rest because they feel like, they never saw their mother really resting. They feel like, oh, resting and, lying in bed on a weekend beyond like 9 o'clock and all that is a sign of weakness, or you're lazing about. It's not the case. And it's not like, oh, those people are just, workaholics and all that. Those things come from a place of dysfunction. Some people will tell you, oh, I never saw my mom resting. I've never seen a time where I woke up before my mom before. So why would I be sleeping at this time? Some people will say things like, oh, how can a married woman be sleeping at so and so time, and she has not cleaned the house, she has not made food, she has not done this one, she has not done that one. It's dysfunction. You see some guys even tell their lady, oh, you are sleeping by this time. You are sleeping by so and so time. My mother had so and so number of jobs. My mother had a job, but yet she will still wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. She will cook, she will clean, she will prepare her lunch box, she will still prepare us for school. She will even drop us in school before going to work. Yes, your mother did it. Am I your mother? Ask him. Your mother did it. I am not your mother. So a lot of people come from a place of dysfunction, and they don't even know it. And these things are mommy issues, because the fact that you saw your mom literally slave all her life, you now think, oh, that's the way to go. You now feel guilty when you're resting, or you see another person as lazy or not doing enough because you see this person is resting, or this person is lying down, or this person is not up and doing like you saw your mom be. No. If you have that kind of ideology, kill it today. It is okay to rest when you're tired. It's okay to take a break when you feel like you need to blow off some steam. There is no award for killing yourself with work. There is no award for it. Rather, the reward for work well done is even more work. So now you just distress yourself, because eventually you will never actually get any rest. That's why you see a lot of people are burnt out. A lot of people are stressed. A lot of people are, they don't know when to draw the line. They don't know when to rest until their body shuts down on them. That's the only time they rest. Some people only rest when they are sick. Until their body decides to say, say, I don't follow you for this journey. If you want to kill yourself, you kill yourself. Me, I don't tire. Until your body decides to shut down on you before you would actually rest. And that's not good. So let me give you guys one gist. I used to have this friend growing up. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to use her real name. I'm going to call this friend Neka. So for the sake of this video, Neka, while growing up, her mom, she had mommy issues. She figured out she had mommy issues eventually. But, growing up then, she didn't know what it was called. She didn't know it was actually mommy issues. So then she grew up with a mom who used to literally check her weight every Saturday, as if it was her destiny to do it, as if her life depended on it. Every Saturday it was a routine. Nneka must climb scale. Her mother would check her weight to say, every time, Nneka, you're getting fat. Nneka, you have added 1 kg. Nneka, you have added 5 kg. Nneka, you have added 2 kg. Like she was literally micromanaging her weight every time. Neka, you're getting fat. Hey, not in my house. If you want to get fat, go and get fat in your husband's house. If you're getting fat in my house already, who is going to marry you? All that rubbish kind of comments, all those negative comments, those things are toxic comments. Those little talks, they hit different. Sometimes you will not know the effect of those small talks in your life. You won't know the effect of them on your self-esteem until when you have grown older. But when you start to grow, you will see that some things are not just normal. The trauma just sticks. So Nneka now, she's grown now at the moment, but she cannot even look at herself in the mirror without saying, without hearing in her head, echoing voices of her mother saying, Nneka, you are getting fat, who will marry you? So till today, Nneka still feels like, she's too fat or she's out of proportion. So because of that, every single time Nneka is so worried, have I added weight? Have I done this? Am I too fat? What do you think? Do you think anybody will still marry me? Do you think anybody will love me? Hey, I need to watch my weight. I need to do diet. I need to go to the gym. I need to do this one. I need to do that one. Don't get me wrong, healthy weight is good. It's good to, being overweight is not ideal. But when it now comes from a place of dysfunction, when it now comes from a place of, you're doing it because Not just that, oh, I want to be fit. I'm doing it because if my mother sees me now, she's going to say, Nneka, you are out of shape. Who is going to marry you? So because of that now, unfortunately, Nneka happens to keep following dysfunctional men. Because she feels like any man who says hello to her, she holds on to them like life wire. Like her life depends on this. You know the way toddlers hold on to something? You know, the way babies will hold something, they drag your hair, they will reset your entire brain faculty. Because you will rethink all your life choices. If a toddler should drag your hair, their grip is so strong. The way their grip is strong, that is the way Nneka used to hold on to any man that mistakenly say, oh, fine girl, oh, how are you, oh, so and so. Once you start talking to her, once you start checking Nneka, problem. Nneka will hold on to you like her life depends on it, because she feels like you're doing her a favor by coming to her. She feels like she's not worthy of love and she doesn't deserve love because she's out of shape, because she's overweight. So that thing is just in her head there. Her mom has put that thing in her head that, oh, if you're out of weight, no man will marry you. So because she is fat, she thinks that, oh, I'm already fat, oh, I'm condemned that seed, oh, nobody is going to marry me. Anybody that I see so far a man, I go manage her. So because of that now, Nneka, that thing has caused a dysfunction in Nneka's life. Till tomorrow, I just pray. Well, we're trying to, help her work on it. I just pray that Nneka gets better for it and doesn't stay that way, because it's terrible. You can imagine a young lady, no matter how bad the man is, as in she has literally met douchebags, people who just, come and act like they're doing her a favor, but yet she will still stay. And you're like, Nneka, are you okay? Is it that you don't love yourself or you don't have respect for yourself? Why are you allowing this guy treat you like rubbish? And you're still holding on, you will still be begging him to stay if he says he's not more doing. Because you feel like, this one needs to marry you, so that you prove your mother wrong, that you can actually marry somebody despite the fact that you are overweight. So it is horrible. So every parent out there, I would like to please beg you, I need you to try to be intentional about building your children's confidence. Build your children's self-esteem with your words. Tell them they are beautiful. Tell them they are handsome. Tell them they look good. Tell them that they are the best. They are enough and they are more than enough. Because a lot of people now that have self-esteem problems started off with how they were treated while growing up. A lot of them is mommy and daddy issues that have caused it. You see some people dating dysfunctional people because they feel like, oh, they don't deserve any better or they cannot get any better than that. No, my darling, you can and you deserve the best. So shout out to Nneka. If you're hearing me, if you're watching this video, my darling, I tell you, you are more than enough. You are beautiful. You are amazing and there's everything good about you. You are a big deal. So don't allow all these Azonto boys to be treating you anyhow and making you feel like you're not good enough. My dear, wise up. If they're not treating you right, please take a walk. And to every lady out there who is like Nneka today, feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not this one enough, or who will love somebody like me, who will love this fat girl, who will love this skinny girl, who will love this one, who will love this girl that cannot amount to anything good, who will love this girl that cannot do this, that is not intelligent, that cannot do this one, that cannot do that one. All those crazy things that your parents have put in your head, delete it. Don't let it shape and form who you are, because it makes you live life from a place of dysfunction. And to all the parents out there, please, I beg you, be intentional about building your children's confidence. Affirm them daily, so that somebody will not come and use I love you, talk your own, you are a fine girl, to shift your, scatter your children's life because they've not heard it from the house before. They've not heard their parents tell them, oh, you're beautiful, you're this one, you're nice, you're intelligent, you're that, you're good, you're more than enough. They've not heard anybody tell them that before. So the next available Azonto boy who comes to say, oh, fine girl, oh, you are beautiful, the next thing is like, piam, her brain has reset. She's like, oh, I cannot believe that I'm beautiful. So please, let us do better. Let's try to do better. Try to be intentional about making your children have confidence and good, healthy self-esteem. Some African mothers will say things like, oh, why are you crying? Because they sent you ordinary small message. How many things have you done in this house that you're crying? Do you know how many times I cried when I was growing up? Do you know how many times I cried when I even had malaria and they still sent me to the stream to go and fetch water? Or I was sick and my mother and my father still sent me to the farm to go and farm. Or I still went and I plucked firewood while I was blah 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 your age. Mother, I'm very sorry for what you went through, but I am not you. So you see, some African mothers say things like, oh, if you like, oh, when you finish crying, clean your eyes, but I will still send you to market. You will still go where I want you to go. You still do the work that I want you to do. Despite the fact that this child is trying to tell you, oh, mom, I don't feel well, or I'm not strong to do these things, or I'm weak, or I feel this kind of way, or that kind of way. But you neglect the feelings of the child because you feel like, oh, the child is just being weak or throwing tantrums. No, it's not, or she is not. They are the only ones who genuinely know how they feel in their body. Unless, of course, maybe your child has a pattern of doing that and you already know that, okay, oh, it's not true. Maybe the child is just lying or just being lazy. That one is different. But if this child genuinely has been doing a lot of things for you, and then at this time they're like, oh, mommy, please, can you just allow me just rest for this time? Can I do this later? And they are like, no, you can never do that. Blah, 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 blah. In my own time, they did not burn us sweat to tell our parents no. They did not burn us sweat to do this one. In our own time, we trek 5 kilometers to fetch water. Sorry, mommy, I am not you. Thank God they did not burn me that time. No verse. And sometimes, even that your strong African parents will say, oh, my mother was a strong woman. My father was a strong man. Sometimes that your strong African parents was just a traumatized child trying to survive. You don't know. A lot of your parents didn't know better because they themselves grew up in dysfunction. They didn't receive soft love in their own time too. So they don't know how to give it. It says you cannot give what you don't have. So many of them did not have soft love in them. They never saw it, they never experienced it. So they don't even know what it feels like. They don't know what it is like. So they are giving what they have. They are training you based on how they themselves were trained, because that's how they toughen them up and beat the hell out of them and all that and punish them for every little thing. So they end up repeating the same pattern to their own children because that's all that they know. That's the only way they know how to train a child, because that was the example their parents gave them. So as a parent, please be intentional about giving your children the right example, so that they themselves too don't carry up the pattern and inherit that same strange pattern like unpaid NEPA bill. I beg. So there's so many people who growing up, they saw, at least their moms were a bit more emotionally available. They were more in touch. Their mothers were more in touch with their emotions than their fathers were. Many people had cold fathers. Like they had fathers who were, physically present, but emotionally they were MIA. Missing in action. So many people grew up in that kind of dysfunction. They only knew their mother as the one who could, give them love, give them care, pet them or pity them when they had something going on wrong. But they saw their father as one lion of the tribe of their family, who they couldn't talk to, who nobody could tell what to do, who nobody could speak to. They just knew their father as this tough guy that would just come in like one soldier. I'm shouting on everybody. Have you done your assignment? Have you done your work? Well, let me see your results. Did you pass? Oh, you didn't pass. I knew it. Olodo, there's nothing you know. Your brain is empty. This and that one. You're just wasting my money. If you don't know, if you not pass this time, you're going to sell pepper. There are so many people that their parents have told that at some point in time or the other. But that thing has made them an emotional wreck. So because of that, they see the need to have to, be successful by all means, because they feel like that is the only way they can receive love. So many men today, the driving force and the reason why they are struggling to make money, struggling to survive, struggling to do this, because they feel that is the only way they can get validation. So many men have daddy issues. They don't even know that they have it, because they never saw. The only time their father ever gave them a pat at the back and said, oh, well done, my son, was when they did something remarkable. Maybe they came first in their class or top 3 in their class or did something good. So that was the only time their father told them, oh, well done son, I love you, or anything like that, or I'm proud of you. So they had to work extra hard, go the extra mile just to seek that validation, to just hear their father say, oh, I am proud of you, or I'm happy to have you as my son. So many people grew up in that kind of dysfunction, and because of that, that is the reason for their overzealousness, because they want to constantly prove to their parents that they are good enough. And it's unintentionally, it affects the rest of their life. It affects every other thing that they do. So you see some men today, if for any reason they are not doing well, or their business is not going well, or their work is not going well, or things are not going well for them at any point in time, they become, a tyrant in the house. Everybody will just start. They'll be so angry at everybody. They'll be shouting at their wife, shouting at their children, taking out the frustration on everybody around them, basically. But those things come from a place of dysfunction. They did not just start anyhow. They did not just spring up from nowhere. Many of them, if you check the foundation, the Bible says if the foundation be faulty, what can the righteous do? So many people, because their childhood foundation is faulty, that's the reason for the dysfunction that you now see in their adulthood today. So some people who have that, violent attitude or unnecessary pepper body, things like that. Some people just hate men. Some people hate women because maybe their mom left their dad when they were younger, so they feel like, oh, all women are bad people, women are cheats, or women will always leave you for somebody who has more money. Some people have that idea in their head because they saw their mom walk away from their dad. Some women hate men today and feel like, oh, I don't need a man in my life because their father wasn't a good example. Some people hate men today because their father didn't do well. Their father used to hit their mom. Some people, their father was just like a tyrant in the house. So everybody just used to, run helter-skelter once the dad is around. So because of that, they hate men already. So before you even come and try to tell them anything, they're like, I beg. I don't need all that nonsense in my life. After all, you guys are all the same. But somebody who grew up in a home with love, where you saw your father and your mother have a happy marriage, where you saw your parents, treat you guys with love and all that, and treat each other too with love and respect. People like that will crave love and be able to give soft love to other people because they received it themselves. So even as a couple, you both need to be intentional about how you treat each other, especially before your children. If you guys want to have issues or you guys want to fight, issues are normal. We understand that from time to time. We agree to disagree as human beings. We understand that. But whatever disagreement you guys want to have, please try to make sure that you don't have those things in front of your children because it affects them. And trauma no be being so. Trauma takes time to go away. So many people today, bring in that same fight and that same grind to their own marriage because in their house, they never saw their parents talk to each other calmly. Everybody was always shouting. So they see it as normal. But is your normal really normal? It's dysfunctional because it is not normal for same people who claim that they love each other to be shouting at each other like two mad people all the time. But some people grew up in a home where everybody is shouting at everybody. Oh, if your father has not shouted at you, that day is not complete. If your mother has not shouted at you, that day is not complete. If your parents have not shouted at each other and insulted each other in front of two of you, that day is not complete. So you guys grew up, some people grew up seeing that kind of thing, and then they'll say, oh, I don't want to ever have this kind of thing in my life. I don't want to have this kind of marriage. Some people are even scared of marriage because of that. They're like, no, me, I am not interested in marriage. You see some people will say, I'm not getting married. Be like, why don't you want to get married? They're like, no, is it not men? They're always the same. Is it not women? They are all the same. Is it not this one? Because of that fear that they don't want to have the kind of marriage that their parents had. And some people are so obsessed with that thought, oh, I don't want to have this, I don't want to have that, I don't want to be like my dad, I don't want to be like my mom. But unconsciously, you end up repeating the same pattern. That's the funny thing about life. Sometimes you end up being a replica of that your father that you hate so much, or that your mother that you think was the worst. You end up repeating the same patterns that your parents actually did. So childhood trauma is actually a big deal. It's a big thing that many people do not know. These days, if you look out for A lot of people who hit their wives today, go and check their history, check their background. A lot of them, their fathers were hitting their mother. That's the reason why they are doing the same thing. As much as they say, oh, I hate my dad, he used to hit my mom, blah, 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 they end up doing the same thing. Because that's the dysfunction they grew up in. They feel like, oh, if a woman is talking to you anyhow, if her mouth is already sharp, the next thing you have to beat her to correct her. But then, oh, is she your daughter? You're not even meant to be hitting your daughter safe. Not to now talk of your wife. Is she a baby? Is the I don't understand. Is the person your slave? How do you pick somebody to your house and you say, oh, you love this person, and you marry them, you carry the girl from her parents' house and bring her to your house only for you to turn her into punching bag? But Anthony Joshua, if you don't know where boxing ring is, if you are looking for where to go and test your fists. And the annoying part is that many of these men who even hit women, if you bring them face to face with their fellow man, they cannot fight. But when they see women, that's where their power will now mount up. They'll become a hair. We know that you are the lion of the tribe of your family. We understand you, sir. But please calm down. Calm down. Because some of these people who end up hitting people, if they get a taste of their own medicine, they cannot even survive it. So that woman that you're hitting every day, because you feel like, oh, that's the way I need to correct her. As what? So you don't know that they can correct somebody with, talking to them with mouth and all that. Yet you carry somebody's child and turn them to a punching bag. It is well, oh, God will help us. In my next video, I'm going to be telling you those signs that actually show that you have mommy issues or daddy issues. So make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be way more interesting than even this first part of the video, because I don't want the video to be too long. That's why I'm breaking it down, like I explained earlier on before starting this video. So thank you so much. If you've watched up to this point, you have my heart. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me up to this very point. So please make sure you don't forget to like this video. Make sure you drop your comments. Let me know what you think. What do you think about mommy issues and daddy issues? If you feel like you have any experience with mommy issues or daddy issues, please drop it in the comments. My heart goes out to you, and I'm definitely going to respond to your comments. And also, don't forget to subscribe to these channels and turn on your notification button so that anytime I post a new video, you would know about it. And make sure you please like this video, drop your comments, share to everyone. Share. Keep sharing and reposting on all your social media platforms, because we rise by lifting others. Thank you so much. Until I see you same time next week on the Literal Podcast. Bye.